ABC, how are you guys? Back again, finally. Took another little hiatus. Life's just been kind of blowing up on me, but I've still definitely had time to buy records and listen to them while I'm doing work and stuff. So, I've got a pretty big stack of stuff to show. I may have to break this into a couple different parts, but we're going to try to get through it as quick as possible. First set of stuff I want to show is from a record show I went to in St. Louis. 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that, beginning of November. I don't even know what day it is today, so yeah, probably 3 weeks ago. Got a bunch of stuff here, kind of a free-for-all of stuff. I stuck to the cheap bins like I usually do. I'm pretty cheap when it comes to buying, so I like to keep the average price about $3 an album, and I did very well. Average price per album came out to $2.35. There's some really good stuff in here, so I got some really good deals, which if you've ever been to a record show, you know that it's just kind of a digger's paradise. So let's get into these. They're in somewhat of an alphabetical order, so I should be able to whip through these pretty quickly. I'm not going to talk a lot about each album, so it's going to be more of a show rather than a show and tell. So let's go ahead and get into these. First up, a comp on Buddha, Bubblegum Music Is, Volume 1, 1910 Fruit Gum Company, Ohio Express, Cats and Cats, Super Circus, say that 3 times fast, the Lemon Pipers with Green Tambourine, an awesome song, and then Shadows of Night have a song on here too, Shake, so really cool comp there. We have 1910 Fruit Gum Company, 123 Red Light. I still need their album Indian Giver, which was a fantastic song. Yeah, just a great group. I really enjoyed their stuff. So here's one I don't normally gravitate towards, but I picked it up. It was really cheap and in good shape. AC/DC Back in Black. This is actually still in the shrink wrap. Yeah, really good shape. So this is a contender for my find of the day from that record show. It's the Beau Brummels Triangle. This was $1. It's got a little bit of damage down here, but overall really nice shape. The vinyl's super clean. It played through really well. Just a fantastic album, one I've never seen lower than $20. I'm a big Beau Brummels fan. I have their first album and now this one, so I'm still on the hunt for the rest of their stuff. But yeah, if you see this stuff for cheap, pick it up. You will not be disappointed, I promise. Then we have the Blues Image. No, this does not have Ride, Captain Ride. This is their first album, self-titled 1969. Really fantastic stuff. Mike Panera plays on here, phenomenal guitarist. He did some stuff with Iron Butterfly. Yeah, just great album. We have Changes 1, Bowie. Just a fantastic collection of his big hits up to that time. Space Odyssey, or not Odyssey, gosh, Space Oddity, Changes, Fame, Ziggy Stardust, just awesome stuff. So then we have Broth, self-titled. I knew nothing about this when I bought it, and a friend of mine that was with me was joking. I was kind of looking it over before I bought it. It was in a cheap bin. He was like, dude, pick it up. It looks like it's right up your alley, and it is. It's really good stuff. So, Psych leaning, but good stuff, really good stuff. So, then another one, I recognized this from the Endless Trip book, Brotherhood. What I did not remember from the Endless Trip book was that they did not give it a very positive review. But I haven't listened to it yet, so I still have to decide for myself. But it was really cheap, and I picked it up. So, Buffalo Springfield again. Surprisingly, did not own this. I've seen one other copy of this that was kind of expensive, and finally have a decent copy that was cheap. So I'm done with my Buffalo Springfield collection, which is like 4 albums. So Canned Heat cookbook, the best of Canned Heat. I'm a really big Canned Heat fan, and I don't see their stuff around here very often. So I was really excited to find this in a cheap bin. So Joe Cocker, Mad Dogs and Englishmen, really good album. I like Joe Cocker's early stuff a lot. This is like 70, 71, 72, somewhere in that range. One of his better albums towards where he starts to kind of wean a little bit for me in taste, but yeah, I really enjoyed this album. So, Cold Blood, self-titled. This is some San Francisco rock, psych rock, kind of along the lines of Jefferson Airplane, a really Quicksilver Messenger Service, anything out of that San Francisco era at that time. This is an album that I don't usually see cheap. This was really cheap. This was like $2, I think, but it was beat to crap, really dirty. But I cleaned it up really well, and it plays through good, so I was pretty happy that I was able to kind of do a little repair job on that. So I need a little bit of glue to put some scenes back together and stuff like that, and good as new. So Derek and the Dominoes in Concert, another one I've been looking for a while, and finally found it cheap. This is a really cool find. The Dixie Cups, Chapel of Love. I know Zeke Geek showed this in a video not too terribly long ago. you know, these girl groups, you know, with that kind of like Phil Spector sound of the '60s. Just I love that stuff. So you know, like this, the Shangri-Las, anything like that, I'm really a big fan of. So that was a cool find. Then we have Every Mother's Son. This is their self-titled debut. Just some, you know, it looks like frat rock or something. It's kind of what it is. It's kind of poppy rock. A little bit of Psych leanings, occasionally more so on their other album, Every Mother's Son Back, which I'm going to show next. But yeah, really good stuff. So, and as mentioned, Every Mother's Son's Back. Strange album cover. But yeah, good stuff. Next up is The Fortunes, That Same Old Feeling. They had a hit in '65. It says it on the liner notes here. Yeah, '65 with the song called You've Got Your Troubles, which I knew that song. I was reading the liner notes. I was like, oh yeah, that group. But this album was like 4 or 5 years after that song was released. This was their second album. Apparently the first album didn't sell that well. And this album is apparently different. I haven't listened to this yet either, but it's on World Pacific Records, which from what I understand usually features a little bit more jazz type stuff. So maybe this is like a jazz rock, like Chicago or Blood, Sweat and Tears or something like that. So it'll be interesting to give this a listen. I was really happy to find this. John Fredden's Playboy Band, Love My Soul. I really like the song Judy in Disguise from his album Agnes English. One of my favorite songs, kind of a garage feel to it. And this album is totally different. This is way lighter, still like that pop rock, but more like really light pop Psych, but just kind of like an airy, poppy kind of album, but really good. Just a completely different sound for John Fred, so that was a cool find. I shared this with Bo on Facebook, but he can rub it in now too because he has a copy now thanks to Mark and Sam over at Glass Orchid. But the Guess Who's, Chad Allen and the Expressions, Shaking All Over. Chad Allen and the Expressions eventually kind of morphed into the Guess Who. Chad Allen left the group, and that's when Randy Bachman and some of those others kind of took over and took the group into, you know, its huge stardom now. But this is just a fantastic album, one I've kept an eye out for a long time. This is a super clean copy. Really happy to find that. Then we have Harper's Bazaar, Feeling Groovy. I have Anything Goes by them, and now I have Feeling Groovy. This is one I passed up in the past just because it looks really cheesy, and admittedly it kind of is in spots, but it's enjoyable pop rock. So if you see it, definitely pick it up. It's more pop than rock, but good stuff. I like it. The Buddy Holly Story, not the best condition as far as the vinyl goes, but the cover was really clean, and I haven't ever come across a copy before, so it was pretty cheap, and I picked it up on Coral. I'm really happy to find this too, which I say in every video. I try not to, but I can't help it. I am happy to find this. Jefferson Airplane, After Bathing at Baxter's. Yeah, this was kind of at the top of my want list for Jefferson Airplane albums I didn't have. I'm really happy to come across this now. So really nice copy actually. So this is probably the cleanest copy of any Kingsman album I found. This is called Up and Away. You know, just some rock, kind of a garage style rock to them. Love their stuff, and this is a super clean copy. One of those you see all the time in the VC. Lighthouse, self-titled debut. Kept an eye out for a long time for it and finally came across it. I've come across some of their later albums, but per VC people I've heard kind of stay away from those and just pick up the first one, so really excited to give this one a listen. This was another one I've looked for a long time. The Moody Blues, Go Now, Number One, whatever the title is, I'm not even really sure. Their self-titled debut. Love the cover. It's just, I don't know, I really like that cover art, the Moody Blues like that, so really cool find. The Ohio Express. I really like the Ohio Express. I know it's people that are fans of the Ohio Express seem to really be fans, and I'm not quite that hardcore about them, but I do like this album a lot. Just some really good kind of Sunshine, Bubblegum pop, a little bit of Psych leanings and spots, but not real heavy. But just some really good Sunshine pop with stuff like Yummy Yummy Yummy. Oh my gosh, what a fantastic song. One of my favorite songs from the 60s. So really happy to get that. And Bo, I think you're a big fan of them. So Rare Earth, Get Ready. I haven't really picked any of Rare Earth stuff up before. This is my first album by them. This side 2 is a 21-minute long track. So it kind of gives you an idea of what it's going to sound like probably. And that's either going to be really good or really bad. There's really not any middle ground for a band that likes to do 21-minute long songs. So this will be my first listen by anything by them, and we'll see how it goes. So then we have the Raspberries, Fresh Raspberries. As cheesy as this cover looks, I mean, they look just awful. These suits are the worst. This is the cheesiest cover ever. It's not that bad. This is some pop rock. The Raspberries have some really, really good songs, especially from their debut album, which if you don't have their debut, pick it up. It's a must-have if you like 60s and 70s rock. Yeah, so this is another one of their albums, and we'll give it a chance. So I was able to find some Rolling Stone stuff that I didn't have. First up, December's Children. These were all in cheap bins, and they were kind of beat up, but you know, took some tips from Chris, Dixieland Farm, and was able to kind of glue and wet clean and really kind of get these back in playable condition. So then I have Some Girls with the celebrity faces, Marilyn Monroe and Judy Garland and others. So it's an early pressing. They reissued it later without the celebrity faces on there, as they were threatened to be sued over the use of it. So cool to find that. We have Out of Our Heads, also a mono pressing. This one was actually in pretty good condition. I didn't have to do much to this to get it cleaned up. So yeah, pretty cool find. Then we have Big Hits, High Tide and Green Grass, a compilation of some of the earlier hits. Really fantastic album. If you don't know if you're going to like the Stones' early stuff, find this, pick it up, give it a spin. You'll know right away. This is just really, really great stuff. Great collection. This is a really cool find. Siegel Schwal Band, 953 West. I don't have any of their stuff. This is my first album of theirs, so I'm really excited to give them a try, see what it's like, see if I like it or not. So going to be a fun listen there. And probably the last Stephen Stills album I need or will buy, Stephen Stills' Manassas. This is like the only one of his that I was really looking for when I started collecting his stuff, and finally have it. Super clean copy. Everything, all the inserts and stuff are intact. So we have the Sweet Inspirations. What the World Needs Now Is Love. It's really good soul, pop soul, really good stuff. I like the Sweet Inspirations. So, and this one I'm calling my find of the day. This is Gabor Szabo, Dreams. Amazing find. This was $2. I found this late in the day. I was there with the record dealer Brian from my local store. I was helping him out, selling. We were kind of tag teaming off and on, going and shopping. This was like one of the last albums I found of the day, so I couldn't believe nobody picked it up. Super clean condition. This goes on eBay for 30 and 40 bucks, and I got it for $2. So really, really happy with this find. We have Traffic, self-titled debut. Fantastic album, one that I've had digitally for a long time. When I bought it, the guy I bought it from just had, you know, everything was marked $2, and he was like, "Oh, is that any good?" I was like, "Traffic? Is Traffic any good? Are you serious?" So, yeah, fantastic album. This is the Underground Sunshine, Let There Be Light, with the song Birthday. You know, it sounds like it might be like some Sunshine pop, but it looks like it might be Psych, and that's what it is. I mean, it's kind of pop Psych, light Psych. Really good. There's a couple songs that get a little harder, have some really good fuzz guitar on it. This was a really enjoyable listen. This was the one I paid $5 for. Just kind of took a chance on it. Towards the end of the day, had some extra money, so popped out. I'm really glad I did. This is really good. This next one is another one I couldn't believe I found late in the day. This was the last album I bought of the day. It was also $2. It's Tom Waits' Foreign Affairs. You know, I love Tom Waits. Fantastic. Love his stuff, but I don't have any of it because it's usually out of my price range, but this was $2. I couldn't believe it. You know, it goes on eBay 15, 20 bucks pretty easily, so really clean. So yeah, Tom Waits. Then the last one from the show is The Who, Meaty Beaty Big and Bouncy. You know, just kind of a heavy hitter of a lot of their big songs up until this time. It was like 71, I think, when this came out. So you've got like Pinball Wizard and My Generation and stuff like that on here. So really happy to find that finally as well, and cheap. That's everything I've got from the show. So yeah, I'm probably going to break the rest of these finds up into 2 other videos. Got a massive 45 haul that I want to show. And then I've got some other stuff that I just bought at record stores and things over the last month or so. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you weren't bored to tears, and stick with me and we'll catch up on these other finds here.